Hey everybody, welcome to Keyboard Skills Pro. My name is Tom and it's a huge pleasure to have your company here today. We've got the camera set up on my keyboard here in my music studio in the east of England, and today we're going to take a look at how you use the blues scale in improvisation. Now if you haven't learned the blues scale, check out my really cool video how to play the blues scale. And in fact, for both of these lessons, we're using the same scale, the C blues scale. So I'm going to show you in that first video what the blues scale is, how we use it in the C sort of rhythm and blues, jazzy music, and we learn lots of kind of examples. But in this one, we're going to kind of consolidate all that and bring it into an actual piece of improvisation. Because as we said in the first video, where would you hear blues scales? Well, you'd hear them in blues music, you'd hear them in jazz music, funky music, you often hear them in sometimes country music, rock and roll. It's a very earthy, down-to-earth kind of sound. So for this particular lesson, to get the full benefit out of it, this lesson of course is provided free of charge by myself here on Keyboard Skills Pro. Visit patron.com/Keyboard Skills Pro and you can sign up for silver level or above and not only support the channel and all the stuff we have to invest in, but also get the bonus PDF that goes with this particular lesson. So hope you'll visit there. So what we're going to do is we're now going to use our 12-bar blues sequence to marry up that with the C blues scale that we've learned on the right hand. So a quick refresher on the blues scale. It was, this is the C blues scale. We're starting on the C at the top, then the B flat, the G flat, the F, the E flat, and the C. And we also learned we could go the other way. So watch that first video, learn to play the blues scale, and that'll set you up for this new tutorial here. So on my keyboard, and you can do this on the piano, you can do this on the organ, I've got a little rhythm and blues rhythm going. I've got all my endings and fill-ins, and I've got a little sort of Hammond-esque jazz organ on the keyboard there. And of course there's other sounds you could use: electric guitar, jazz piano, harmonica, loads of different things. So the 12-bar blues is a special sequence, and again, if you don't know what the 12-bar blues is, there's a whole series of videos on how to play 12-bar blues right here on the channel. So what we're going to do, we're going to take this little riff and we're going to use it over the 12-bar blues. So this was the scale that we came up with, okay? So we're going to use the C blues scale coming down, but we're going to time it now so it fits over 2 bars, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's 2 bars, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so over the blues, we're going to use that for 2 bars at a time. So the C chord, as you know, runs for 4 bars in the first instance. So we're going to get 2 plays out of that little descending scale sequence. Okay, so something a little bit like this. Okay, so that sounds really good. Now, because of course the next chord, the F7 chord, that comes from the actual scale of C, it's also going to take this little pattern. So if we come down, look on the F chord, that really goes well because what we're playing in F, look, we're playing a C, we're playing an E flat, all of those are found in there. And then of course we go back to the C chord. Okay, so that works really nicely, I think. So notice there that what I've done, I've set that up so it runs for 2 bars, the whole scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the second bar, 1, 2, but because we haven't got enough notes, we have to stretch the last note out for the final 2 beats, 3, 4. And so that's how that works. Now, when you come to the G7 chord, you can see this in the PDF, when you come to the G7 chord, we only play that for 1 bar, because we're coming towards the end now. We go G7, 2, 3, then F7, and then back to C, then repeat to and then we go around again. So I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use that, and of course I'm going to get this dissonance from the F sharp, this clash against the G chord and also against the F chord. So I'm only using 1 bar of my original pattern look like this. Okay, so that works really nicely, and then we use the final 2 bars for the final section. So let's listen to that through, and of course you're probably looking at the string going, well, okay, I've learned how to play the blues scale, but it still sounds like a scale. Well, hey guys, what we're going to do in just a moment is we're going to show you now how to use this scale more effectively, because you don't always have to start on the tonic note, the C. Let's listen to the whole thing through as we've got it. Here's version 1 in the PDF. Don't forget, sign up at patron.com/keyboard skills pro, sign up for silver levels, and don't forget, on Patreon you don't just get all these bonus lesson PDFs, you get access to videos not available anywhere else on the internet, and also you get to support me in my channel. Here we go. One more time. So that sounds okay. I think that sounds really good. Very simple, but there's a couple of problems with it. It's not very exciting once you've played it once. I mean, it's okay what we're doing, you know, those blues coming down, but of course we now want to make it a little bit more interesting. And there's 2 ways we can do that. Very easy ways. The first to do is let's keep those crotchets, those 1-beat notes that we were using and the minims, but now let's take a look now at some different ways in which we can alter the blues scale. And by altering it, what I mean is not starting here every time, because it's the C blues. But as we know, if we're playing a C chord, there's lots of notes in the C major scale that will go against the C chord. And in fact, if you notice, if you play now the blues scale, look, against the C7, all those notes go against it. So you need to start experimenting, not just with going down, but also with going up, and also starting on different keys. So here's in version 2, here's a little snippet of the PDF. Don't forget, patron.com, sign up. And so in your PDF, guys, look at version 2, and you see as you come down now, look, I'm starting on the G, look. Ooh, that sounds a bit more like a melody. So what am I doing there? Well, I'm going on the 5th of the scale, the G, through the F sharp and the F, still using the blues scale, look, but you're starting here. And then I'm going to dip to the B flat, flat 7, and then go back up to the tonic, okay? Okay, so let's try that again. There's 2 bars there, look. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's try that now with the first chords. So we get 2 bars. So the first 2 sections, which is 4 bars basically, all on a C chord. What about now, though, if we maybe started our scale up here? Hey, let's use that for the first 2, and then that one for the second one. So we're now doing one pattern followed by another pattern. So scale, then go to G. Well, that's sounding a lot more like it, isn't it? Okay, so very, very good. Now, what you can then do is you can then start to experiment with other notes, and obviously blues music, they like to get these kind of like these kind of dirty notes, these clashing sort of sounds. And so here on B flat, look, if I put that against my F7 chord, so again, we're trying to think of these in 2-bar blocks, because most of the chords in the blues, the 12-bar blues, work in 2-bar blocks, okay? So we've got two bars of C chord followed by another 2 of C chord. That's your 4. Now the next section is 2 bars of F chord or F7 and then 2 bars of C chord or C7. So I'm now going to use this riff. Okay, look at that. Look, so I'm going B flat, C, E flat, F, F sharp, G. So I'm not actually not starting at all. I'm starting on a B flat. Very, very nice sound, look. Okay, so that should sound good against my F7, look. And then the first one. Okay, so that's sounding really good. Now, we did a little bit earlier, you may remember, when we said G7, the last 4 bars, it's G chord, F chord, C chord, and then another C chord, and then you repeat. Okay, so that works really well. But we can't use a 2-bar pattern. Well, we could do, but it sounds better if you just take I think sometimes a 1-bar pattern for starters. So let's do F sharp, F, E flat, C. There we go, let's try that then. And then the first one. So you can see that it's very easy to start somewhere, providing you've practiced that blues scale. You can then start on any note and get lots of little variations. Now, I did say there were 2 things you can do, and that is true, because again, the problem with that is that it's starting to sound better, for sure, but it's a little boring rhythmically. So the next thing you can try is changing the rhythms. And that's really easy. Take the phrase at the beginning and then do this. Simple. So what did I do there? 1, 2, 3, 4, fish and chips. The old fish and chips rhythm. Try that. So what you're doing there is you're shortening the C and giving half of the 1 beat that should be there and gluing it onto the B flat. So that's shorter, so it finishes quicker, which means you get to that one quicker. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And actually, I'm getting to that C a bit sooner. Ba-bum-bum. So there's a little syncopation in there. We could then speed things up with some quavers. Look at that, look. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Da 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 dum. Okay, so maybe some triplets. Pineapple, pineapple. Really fast now. So what am I doing there? 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a... So I'm doing caterpillars, look. So by loosening it up and just putting in some quavers, some dotted rhythms and a little bit of syncopation, you can then get a lot more out of the blues scale. But you can see there the idea of building it up, first of all, from simple crotchets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, min, nim. Very simple notes, very simple counting notes, because it gives you time to learn and get used. And of course you see jazz players doing this. So that's good. And wait, why not start with a glissando at the beginning? You know, go from the top note and just make sure you know where you're finishing, look. There you go. start on the G like that, do your fill in or short intro, 1, 2, glissando. Hold the first note, 1, 2, 3. So that's effective, look at that, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3. So all those ways you can explore the different patterns. But of course what you can do is you can then make it more effective by changing instruments as well on your keyboards and your organs. So then do a harmonica look. Piano. Destroy the blues scale, just play 2 notes from it like this, look. Then the F and the B. E flat. Just 2 notes. One note. So it doesn't have to be complicated, but all those ideas, you can sort of spitball them almost as you're going along. Hope that's been fun, folks, learning a bit about improvisation on the blues scale in C major. Don't forget to get the bonus lesson, the PDF, that goes with this lesson. Visit patron.com/keyboard skills pro. And it's great for those of all the guys on there who support the channel, because not only do you get all the bonus content, but you're helping me expand my channel, because you help me invest in computers, software, lights, all the things that we have to invest in to provide you folks with all these wonderful free YouTube lessons. So thanks for watching, everybody. Do smash that subscribe button and ding the Liberty Bell so you know every time that when we upload a new video or go live, of course, you'll be notified in your inbox. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have fun improvising with the cool blues scale on the 12-bar blues, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.